whenever anyone comes to visit me, we get them in the chair. And especially when I have my entrepreneurial friends, my business friends come to see me, I get them in my hot seat. And I like to ask them a few questions while they're unwinding. This is how business unwinds. So today, Steph came to see me. And Steph, how do you face your challenges? Like, what keeps you resilient? What is it?
Resilience is such a big word, right? Because resilience, I feel, is something that we're practicing every day. Do you feel that too?
Yeah.
I feel like we practice resilience as like an ongoing duty, to ourselves. And it doesn't end. It's like one of those things that you're constantly learning about. Oh my gosh, first of all, that's friggin' incredible.
What's happening?
I don't even know what's happening, but it's a whole thing. Wow. Yeah. How do I answer this question seriously now?
Yeah. Well, this will keep you resilient for sure.
This is gonna keep you resilient, right? No, resilience, that's a good question, babe. I think resilience comes with now that I look back at when I started till now, I feel you build resilience every time you're faced with a situation that isn't going your way.
Yeah.
And we know that as moms, entrepreneurs, business owners, things don't go our way, right? Often. And so that's how we're building resilience, by facing it dead on, like we talked about today.
And like we said, like, it's so easy to throw in the towel. That's the easiest thing to do. But to keep going, that's where the pure magic happens, And that's the one thing in business, and for any entrepreneur starting out, like, that is the one thing that they really need to realize is you got to keep going.
Yeah, it's easy to throw in that towel, right? Like, it's so easy. How many times have you thought about, am I even friggin', what am I doing?
Yeah.
Right? Like, am I in the right track? And then something comes up and you're like, oh, right, I remember why I'm here. And I remember why I'm doing this.
Okay, so Steph, I really want to ask you this because, you're one of my dear friends and we're family friends. And I see you as how you run your business and I see you as a mom. And I want to know, like, how do you build momentum in your business and still stay present as a mom and keep both things going?
Yeah, that's such a good question, because I think for so many female and even male entrepreneurs, we feel like we have to be all in on one or the other. And in the beginning of my business journey, I thought that I had to separate that one from the other, because I felt like if I wasn't going all in on one thing, then there was no point in going through with it. So, like, being an entrepreneur means that you're consistently evolving together with everything through personal development, being a mom, being a business. It's all the same. Like, I feel the skills between all of them is the same, which is having the desire to do better in all aspects of our lives is the same trait that you learn in being a mom. So including them in my business now, they are the business, right? Like, they are, all of this is for them and for myself. But ultimately, when I look back at the most successful entrepreneurs, I see that they don't separate it. No. It's all one. It's their one life. They're building not their business plan, but their life plan together, all encompassing. So that's really important for me. And I think for many people who are really successful, it's all the same. It's all one.
Yeah. And I love that you include them in the business. Like, like you said, it is for them. This is part of teaching them. This is part of parenting, right?
You do that really well too.
I love it.
Like, with you, I also look up to you for that as well, because I feel like, I love seeing your kids involved in the business, seeing what mom's up to, what is she doing, and what does this mean for me? Like, how can I get involved?
Yeah.
I remember being a kid at the restaurant when my family owned restaurants, and watching them run their businesses taught me so much about discipline.
Yeah.
And how, having a routine was so important.
Yeah.
Had I not have had those memories ingrained in my mind, I don't know that I would be able to relate right now.
Right.
From like 7 till now, 7 years old till now. And when I see your kids involved in your business, I think of how important those times were as a kid for me too.
Yeah.
And how much it's helped now.
So beautiful. Okay, so I want to know, I love asking this question to entrepreneurs. I love it so much. I love the answer. What are you most proud of recently in your business?
Taking boundaries, having more boundaries, a big one.
Yeah.
and doing a lot of the self-care. I think that we try to separate it like, oh, when it's a good time, I'll take care of myself.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, those two things go together. And I'm only realizing that now, that things are easier when I create healthy boundaries and I take care of myself. When I'm taking care of myself, everything that I want happens naturally. And so, like, this whole journey over the last year has been about pouring into me so that I can gain the clarity that I need to go serve more people.
Yeah.
And it's this beautiful, evolving circle. And so places like the Wellness Route offer this for people. This is why people come here. People come to you because they want to feel great.
Yeah.
And so naturally, you're able to give them experiences like this one so that they can take a minute to actually reflect, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah. It's funny because with the chairs, it's like, it's not something for, I mean, it could be, but I find that people that don't invest enough into self-care, this is for them.
Yeah.
This is perfect for them. If you're not doing self-care out of the house, or if you don't, regularly stop and take a moment for yourself, this is what you need, because this type of investment is going to secure a self-care area in your home that you can go and use. And it's, I haven't had one person that has purchased a massage chair that hasn't used it and it collects dust, because it's a beautiful investment. And I mean, like,
well, think about it, like, even like what we're doing right now, like, we're actually taking time to sit down in a space and talk and reflect. Like, when do you get that time, unless you're actually like, if you're regimented and you've been in it and you know how to, like, even take times out for yourself, for yourself to grow, to think, to create. Okay, but you gotta have a routine, and this is part of the routine, right? That you can add. To give yourself a timeout.
Honestly, well, for me with the foot massagers, like, I keep it right by my couch. Like, I'll never sit on my couch without having a foot massage. There's no reason to
I love that.
have a foot massage. And then I stand up and I feel better than I would have if I just sat on my couch, because, as moms, we don't really get to sit down and do that thing. So I want to, like, piggyback the self-care. I want to multitask the self-care. So I was like, I'm sitting, taking a moment, but I'm going to get a foot massage too.
I love that. And what I thought about a minute ago was that, like, the one thing that I know a lot of us as entrepreneurs want is to experience luxury. And I remember sitting at your house and putting my feet in the Trumedic foot massager. And I thought to myself for a second, I was like, this is awesome. I can be doing a deal on my phone, enjoying company with my really good friends, experiencing luxury while I sit here for a minute. And it doesn't have to be like, when I go to the spa, when I have time to do that, then I have to go to this. And then it's like, everything is so separated in the world that we're in right now. Things are constantly moving. So it's like, have it all. And don't be ashamed or afraid to have it all, and be okay with, like, I can have a good life, experience great things, and be productive all at the same time. We don't have to separate it.
I love that.
All in one. Let's go.
That's it.
Like, we're probably being more productive right now than, like, what we're talking about high level is things that multi-billionaires talk about on podcasts all the time, and now throw in a massage chair in it.
I don't see anyone else in a massage chair.
Let's go.
This is so great. Even, like, with going back to the foot massage, like, I've sold a few that people are like, this is going on my desk in my office. Like, this is going on all day. And, But
you're right, though, because, like, think of, like, businesses now moving forward. What I see happening is that more and more businesses moving forward and corporate companies are trying to create environments that suit their employee. Like, more and more people are getting into understanding that if they feel good, they'll perform better. And so I foresee this entire industry being something that blows up in the corporate industries, because if you want people to work well for you and with you as a leader, you'll do whatever it takes to to make them help them become more productive.
Yeah.
And maybe this is part of it. Like,
Yeah.
what a cool incentive, you know, to have opportunities like this for people to just unwind
Yeah.
and then get right back into it.
Yeah. Like a reset, you know?
Like a reset.
I love that. So we chatted a lot about self-care. What is your ideal day of self-care? What's your dream self-care day?
My dream self-care day. Wow. What is my dream self-care day? So much of it we already do. Like, you know?
It's so great.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like it doesn't have to be a dream because I have friends that are so involved in this industry already that they've taught me so many skills. Like, for me, self-care starts in the morning and it begins with a beautiful meditation. It begins with self-love and affirmation. And then we start off with a really good skincare routine to set the day, set the makeup.
Yeah.
And drinking lots of water right from the morning. I love drinking like a hot water with lemon in the morning.
Yeah, I heard that's the thing to do
good.
to warm up your body.
It's so good. Or like
Nice
put some
warm.
cinnamon in it. Like a nice little cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
I love to journal and write. First thing in the morning. That's kind of when I get a lot of my downloads or clarity. And then I love being woken up with my kids smiling. Like that for me gives me so much self-care.
Yeah.
Like that gives me so much love when I see smiles first thing in the morning. And then what else would I do? I would love to experience hydrotherapy throughout the day
That's nice.
at a beautiful spa like Veta Nordic Spa.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Setting the day or like working remotely from a really beautiful spa.
Yeah.
We've done that before.
Yeah.
What else have we done that's beautiful?
It's like almost like everything you're saying is like you're taking control of your day. Like you're like going back to boundaries. Like you're setting beautiful boundaries for yourself and not putting yourself on the back burner.
Right.
You know? Yesterday I had such a busy day at home. There's so much to do, right? Always. And lately I've just been like, okay, I know that there's a lot to do. If I do it, will that make me feel better? Or if I do something for myself, will that make me feel better? And then I can do whatever I got to do. So I just started doing that more, and it's so good. And it's really hard for me to do that, but I love it, you know. And I'm a big self-care stacker. So I'll be like, you know, sitting on the couch, getting a foot massage, running some frequency, reading a book, doing a face mask. Wow. Like, that's like my dream self-care day is a day that I could. It's not even about spending the whole day with doing self-care stuff.
I agree.
Like just getting like efficient things done for myself. I don't have to spend hours on it, but
it's so cool like that you said that. Like stacking is so cool, and like the biggest game changer I feel is like feels good for them in the mornings is like waking up earlier. That's been a game changer.
Yeah.
I noticed that my best year in business and self was when I started waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like been game changer because I'm like, wow, in these 4 hours extra that I was sleeping, I've stacked self-care.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
And then you can become so productive right after. And maybe it's not for 8 or 10 hours. Like if you can be efficient, you can get all of that done in less time because you're now on this different vibration, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's key. Being in the right vibration to attract what you want, that's like where it's at. And I honestly, now the more I'm in it and focusing on the law of attraction, that's what I really realized is that self-care and feeling good is putting yourself on the right vibration and essentially bringing in more of that vibration, more of that energy. You know, because honestly, like going back to today, it would have been so easy for us to just complain about all the things that went wrong. Oh, I backed into my recycling bin.
My kids were being assholes. Yeah.
All the thing, and it's like it's easy to complain, but it's funnier to laugh, and it's just it's just knowing that, okay, just gonna get through it. That
Yeah.
doesn't define the day.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine. We're good.
It's so true. Like, think of how many people set themselves back by complaining,
Yeah.
like that things aren't good, or that it's not going to work out for me as I planned, or that, I'll wait for a better time. I'll wait for the kids to be older. I'll wait till I get the better job. I'll wait till I have the perfect body. I'll wait till it's a good time when I don't feel guilty for taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Like, those are all programmed into so many people's minds that they have to wait.
Yeah. And it's very easy to complain too.
I ain't complaining right now. That's all I know. Let's go.